Good morning. Welcome to the NYNJPA weather forecast discussion for September 4th, 2012. I hope everyone had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Looks like rain is going to be the big story over the next couple of days, especially over the next 48 hours as heavy rain starts to develop throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic. So let's take a look at the forecast. Currently, right now, we have temperatures as of 8:24 a.m. ranging from the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior and lower to mid 70s over much of the rest of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Notice also our dew points are in the upper 60s to lower 70s, meaning that our air mass is very moist, very much moisture saturated, and capable of supporting very heavy rainfall. So let's take a look at the latest radar, and you could see we have one wave of very heavy rainfall over portions of New Jersey and the New York City metropolitan area. In fact, very heavy rainfall has been focused over portions of Ocean County, New Jersey. That has produced flash flooding and rainfall amounts over 4 inches of rain. Some locations are starting to push over 6 inches of rain. Very, very wet 24 hours, especially past about midnight of last night. It's been raining very, very hard, and it's been pretty impressive. And you see, this type of rainfall is what we're going to expect to expand throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic this evening, and let me show you why. We have a lot to look at on the water vapor. First of all, as you can see, we have a moisture-saturated air mass. The reason why is, first, we have high pressure anchored over the Canadian Maritimes and the Gulf of Maine that is transporting moisture in from the Atlantic at the surface and mid-levels. Next, we have what's left of Isaac moving through the northern mid-Atlantic at the mid-levels. So we have tropical moisture at the mid-levels. We have Atlantic moisture coming in at the surface. The only thing we need now is a lifting mechanism. And here's our lifting mechanism right here that is rapidly moving east. It's moving through the Ohio River Valley, and by this afternoon it will start to influence the northern mid-Atlantic. And what we can expect to see are showers and thunderstorms start to break out over portions of eastern Pennsylvania, becoming heavy and expanding to the east through this afternoon and evening through the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. An additional 1 to 3 inches of rain can be expected with this rainfall, with locally higher amounts, especially where heavy rainfall tends to train. But there is more to this story than just the heavy rain for today. Now, I'm sure your attention's drawn to Tropical Storm Leslie. Tropical Storm Leslie currently has winds of 65 miles per hour. It has a pressure of 994 millibars, and it's moving to the north at around 5 miles per hour. Leslie is currently crawling to the north because it's in between a series of upper-level troughs. One upper-level trough over the northern Atlantic, an upper-level low approaching Florida, and the combination of these two upper-level features is slowing down the progression of Leslie, but also slowly drawing Leslie to the north. Now, eventually, this upper-level low is going to disintegrate over to the southeast, and this upper-level trough is going to lift to the northeast. I'm going to see a ridge building over Leslie. It's going to allow Leslie to intensify to a Category 1 hurricane, possibly a Category 2 hurricane by this weekend as it's approaching the Bermuda Island, should I say. Okay, so why is this important? Well, we're also going to have a very strong disturbance that is currently over the Pacific dive into the Tennessee River Valley. And that disturbance is going to form an upper level low. Now, what that basically means is this. That upper level low is going to draw Leslie to the north and potentially to the northwest. And the European model guidance is very keen on this and drives it right into Nova Scotia. However, I am concerned with this type of upper level low development that some of the moisture combined with an area low pressure develop over the Ohio River Valley is going to draw in a tremendous amount of moisture into the northern mid-Atlantic for Monday as well, producing very heavy rainfall. In addition to what could happen here at Leslie, we're also going to keep this stationary front pretty much intact through the week, and disturbances are going to continue to move along it, creating the potential for scattered showers each day, and these showers would be capable of very heavy downpours. Overall, we're looking at a very wet week, with basically rainfall amounts setting us up for what could be a above normal month for rainfall for the northern mid-Atlantic. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance. I'm using the European model guidance as I think it's the most consistent model guidance, and I think it handles all the features the best that we are dealing with. So here we are this evening. Our upper level disturbance approaches from the Ohio River Valley. Look for showers starting to break out and become widespread later this afternoon and becoming very heavy this evening. Very heavy rainfall can be expected. As you can see, we have winds at 850 millibars coming from the south. Winds at the surface are going to be from the southeast, veering to the southwest and eventually northwest as our disturbance moves through. So look for periods of moderate to heavy rain for this afternoon and evening. Temperatures generally in the lower to mid 80s away from the coast, and along the coast and in urban locations look for temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Now, by tomorrow, the bulk of this rainfall will move through, but we're still going to be dealing with disturbances moving through the northern mid-Atlantic. So yes, the widespread heavy rain will end, but the threat for scattered showers will remain, with temperatures ranging in the upper 70s to mid 80s for highs and lows in the mid 60s to lower 70s. And this weather pattern pretty much continues on through the week. Thursday, same potential for disturbances bringing scattered showers. Now again, notice our tropical storm possibly becoming a hurricane. Here we are with Leslie. Now watch what happens with this disturbance right here. By Friday, this disturbance dives into the upper Mississippi River Valley. Here's our hurricane. Here's Hurricane Leslie. Notice that our ridge in the Atlantic is expanding towards the east coast, and we're starting to see this trough starting to cut off. By this weekend, and this is where it gets really interesting, this trough starts to cut off, this upper level low starts to dig over the southeast, and at the very least, at the mid levels, at the 850 millibar level, we see a hurricane that's intensifying and winds at the mid levels coming off of the Atlantic into the northern mid-Atlantic. So we're going to be dealing with a great deal of moisture developing, and we also have a surface low starting to intensify over the Ohio River Valley. So I think what we have here is an occluded front setting up around Virginia, moisture driving into the northern mid-Atlantic at the surface and mid-levels, and that's going to lead to the potential for moderate to heavy rain starting to develop on Saturday, more scattered in nature, I think. And then as we move into Sunday, the potential for that heavy rainfall will intensify. Notice our upper level low starts to really dig over the southeast and over the Tennessee River Valley. Now, if this upper level low is a little bit further south, look at the position of Lisa at this point. Could it get slingshot right into the coast? It's a possibility. Not a very good one right now, but it is a threat to consider as we move forward over the next 5 days. Regardless of whether Lisa gets dragged right into the coast or not, we're certainly going to be dealing with plenty of moisture coming into the coast from Lisa and also from our upper level lows sitting over the northern mid-Atlantic. Now, what will be interesting to watch is whether we're going to see some subsidence along the coast causing some drying conditions. So this is a very complicated weather pattern heading into this upcoming weekend and into early next week. One that is going to have to be monitored very carefully. But the potential is certainly present for very heavy rainfall for portions of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. And then as we move into Monday, right now the model guidance takes what's left of Lisa right into Nova Scotia and northern Maine. Our upper level low is dominant over the Tennessee and Ohio River Valley. We have strong winds coming in from the Atlantic at the mid levels. It's going to drive plenty of moisture into the region, making for a very wet end to next weekend and start of next week, with the potential for very heavy rainfall and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. So a very complicated and very interesting weather pattern is setting up over the next 5 days. And the future of Lisa and also of this upper level low is going to be key to determining exactly what we're going to be dealing with this upcoming weekend. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.